Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more fiery reasoning. Tonight we'll be burning some hot fire. No doubt a lot of people will get hurt in this fire. You know what I mean? Because like we say before, the truth, which is the spoken word of truth, you know what I mean, is a double-edged sword. For those who are aspiring to the truth, searching for it, when they hear it, it's they soak it up like how sponge soak up water, I say. But for those whose intention is not genuine, then truth is very hurtful, painful, I say. You know what I mean? But because I am a fire lion, I don't really care. Like they say, the truth is an offense, but it's not a sin. You know what I mean? So the fire lion is this time I say, willing to commit suicide where the truth is concerned. Because you know the fire lion is a lone soldier. Like I say, walk it alone. Well, I don't walk alone. I do have disciples like fearless and seriousness and humbleness and honesty and all those, you know. But these disciples of mine are in the invisible. So I do not walk with a crowd or a group. So that's why I'm telling on the spiritual road. Any one of you human beings who are in, like I say, you know, if you have a football club, no problem. You go there and play, you know. And if you have any kind of team, you organize yourself in that way. Fair enough. But when it comes to the truth, if you find yourself in any form of organization, anywhere at all, then you know you are not dealing with the truth. Somebody capture you and put you in a box. Or like I say in my last reason, you are a coward. When I say you're coward, cowards are easy to identify. They're always in groups like herds of cackles. They cannot think as individual. They must think like bees and operate like ants. You understand? Now, when you're dealing with the truth, you cannot be like that, of course. Because if you are taking side with any group, that means you might, if you are a black man, you might take side with your kind, innit? Or your particular location where you're from, your friend. You might take side with your friend, with your family, innit? You see what I mean? So when we're dealing with truth, we cannot, there's no such thing in the truth. You know, like how I hear them, some people are saying, you know, the 12 tribe of Israel, and then they're saying there's a last tribe. I wonder if you ever consider that God never create none of these nonsense that you're talking about. Whether you are 12 tribe or 14 tribe or 13 tribe. Who knows? Like I tell you before, all these different countries that you now separate up yourself into, all this is ignorance. All this is because you are, like I say, locked in the mind. Seal. You ever hear about the 7 seals? Well, I think that's where you are in your mind. Like I tell you before, the mind, you must look at the mind as your mother. That's where you get planted in your mind. And you are supposed to emerge from out of the mind. Now, you ain't going to open those doors or those seals of the mind if you are living an undisciplined life. You understand? Because only honesty is the keys that open the doors of the mind. You see what I mean? Then this will allow you to see what is behind the mind. You know, it's obvious to you how the moon receiveth light from the sun. But you don't know about the invisible working of the mind receiving light from the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within. And if you did know this, how on earth, like I say, could any human being ever think of themselves as a black man, white man, or tribe, or all these kind of things? Because you're nothing like that. These things was told to you when you was born. You never born like that, did you? Think back to when you come into the earth, when you first visit. What you are thinking that you are now wasn't what you was when you first come here. These idiotic stories, right, was told to you to bamboozle your mind and keep you in ignorance. And now you are saying that you are Egyptian and Syrian and Zimbabwean and Jamaican and all kind of things. We are Africans and we've now become Africans and Englishmen and Dutchmen and Chinese and Japanese and North Korean and South Korean and West Korean. That's what you become. But imagine when you was born, you was none of these things. I know you, but people tell you that you was. And then you end up believing that you was what these idiots tell you. Because I'm telling you, you was born into a world of confusion. So it was obvious that you was taught confusion. You couldn't have been taught what was right and correct when the world wasn't being under the control of those who are right and correct. So everything that you've been taught, I'm telling you, all of you who are holding on to religion, and like I say, holding on to your superstars, and you know how hurt you feel if anyone say anything about your superstar, whether the superstar be Jesus, Selassie, Muhammad, the Buddha. You don't want to know in your heart that these men was full of shit like any other human being. It hurt you, don't it? Because you feel to yourself that the story that you've been told about them, how holy and from whatever bloodline they come, who know, that these men are special and you don't want to hear anyone say anything against them. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, this is nonsense. Here you are revering some other human being who I know for sure you don't know because you wasn't living in their time. You just hear a story, they tell you a story, yeah? And you're going on and you're willing to kill for these individuals and yet you don't know who you are. You don't know your own conscience. And yet you're harping on about somebody who you cannot know. Well, you can know them, you know. Any human being who has ever lived, even though they lived so long ago, there's an easy way to know who these human beings were and if there was any good human being. And that is by knowing thy own self. When you know your own self, understand who you are within your own being, you understand all human beings. You don't get it. But first you have to self-discipline to do this. And ain't no way of knowing, like I say, I know like repeat it all the time, you don't like the word God. Ain't no way of knowing conscience unless you obey what conscience is trying to tell you. Because conscience is the teacher. And there ain't no teacher beyond conscience. See what I mean? The master is everywhere present within thy idiotic being. And you insult the one without realizing what you're doing vigorously because of your own selfishness and your own desire, like I say, to worship other beings. The reason anyone, right, who's giving praise to a next being, like Jesus or Selassie or Muhammad, you're doing so because you are a coward. You have weaknesses within your own being which you are refusing to address. Hence the fact that you're holding on to some being and you don't know the real and living one that is within thy own being. That is the one that you want to know. The one that is with you all the time. The one that was before Jesus was born or conceived of. The one who was around before Selassie was ever conceived of. Are you? The one who was around before Buddha or Kuda. You know that one? Secret dweller within. I call that one the terrible and dreadful one. Rastafari, himself the High General. You see what I mean? Because I is the 9th grade general. And 9th grade general, like I say, 9th grade general step alone. We don't work with friends and groups. 9th grade general come to dismantle groups. Yeah? You claim that you have faith. Yeah? Well, why don't you have faith in God? Yeah, come up with a new story, your own self, innit? How come if you have all this faith in God, God don't teach you anything new? You don't have your own, you're still running off an old story. Where you're drawing from biblical, you know? And like I tell you before, truthfully in a way, although you idiots will never understand the Bible because your heart ain't clean enough. So that book is leading you astray. But paradoxically, that book is God's garden. And God planted it. Eh? But God, you know how God is already, man. Jah is the smartest, you know, Jah is clever, innit? So God already knew before that some people now, what they will do is try and go in the garden for the wrong purpose and reason, you know, because the human got all kind of funny ways about them. So what he did is put traps in it for those intention who is not pure and clean. Now what I'm telling you, idiots, you could have been to a billion university, who care? If you ever attempt to read that Bible without a clean heart, you know, clean, then you're bound to get lost. And that is what has happened to all of you who have gone into God's garden, right? Without first seeking His permission to enter that garden. And you get that permission from thy conscience. Because conscience is a light, my friend, you understand? A very, very bright light, brighter than the sun. And when you are under that guidance or that light, and you go into your Bible, inside the garden, you will see the fruits that you are supposed to eat and the ones that you are not supposed to eat. You see? You will see a big fish, and you will see the flesh, and eat the flesh and leave the bones. Because those bones can be very dangerous. But a lot of you are eating the bones anyway. Because you don't have the right light to be in such a garden. You know what I mean? You're not honest enough. You are cowards. Well, when I say you are cowards, you know, I know it hurt you a lot, but you're not cowards. You are behaving cowardly because you feel safety in numbers. Numbers ain't going to save you. You're a congregation, right? If you look at judgment as a thing, you're facing judgment on your own. So what is the point of feeling safety in numbers now? Just because a group of you get together and says, oh, Rastafari, that doesn't mean nothing. When real judgment come upon you, what really means something is thy own liberty, thy own honesty within life. Not the amount of you that gather under any different from organization, whether you want to call yourself black, white, green or yellow. You know what I mean? I tell you before that the great master Satan is everywhere, you know, running through everyone. So you have from east, west, north and south beings have latched on to the negative and draw their inspiration from that one. Because you don't know that the devil ain't prejudice, is it? No, like we say, he's in everyone. So everyone is performing some form of lunatically, I say, lunacy. Because lunacy is not prejudice. That's why the fire lion is not dealing with anything prejudice, you know. We deal in the oneness of the truth. You know, the law. Yeah, fire is a lawman, law general, from depths. 9th grade general. Run and tell your friend, say the fire lion, say that he's a 9th grade general from depths. Here to enforce the law, the will of the one. You know this one, this law that I'm telling you about, run the whole universe. It's a law that is everywhere, like its master. You know, the one that is everywhere present within thy own being as you're listening to what I'm saying to you. Like I repeat before, when you hear the lion speaking, roaring, burning fire, that one should be telling you from within that, yeah, you hear the truth speaking. But because a lot of you are cowards in it, you won't accept the truth. Still, you would still rather stick with your little idiotic group. You know, I think it's a form of peer pressure. Even when a lot of you realize that you're wrong. You don't, what? It's best if you just admit that you're wrong. No, say you're wrong, you know what I mean? You believe that Jesus was what they tell you. You find out it's a load of bullshit, no problem. Anyone can make a mistake. You know, you must have been going many places where you make a wrong turn before. All you do is ask question and turn back around and carry on. You'll find your destination. So there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. Nothing wrong with being bamboozled by all these religious idiocy that has been drummed into you from birth. When you had no control over it anyway, most of it was pouring in. So why would anyone want to blame you for being led up the garden path, as they would say in England? In whatever cultural situation we was born on this planet, we was led away from who we really are within the depths of our being. But what I'm saying is now we can recover who we are in the depths of our being if we are serious. That's what I'm saying. Are you walking with the spirit of serious? Serious now is a man who honestly wants to know, and he ain't joking about that. He don't know how serious is. Serious don't take things for joke. Although I and I move with funny, you know. Not the joke about funny. So I'm saying if you seriously within your being want to know, you must know and you will know. Because you will take the appropriate action. Like I'm telling you, because if you seriously want to know, all you have to do is to be honest with yourself. Once you are honest with yourself, you will stop the dishonesty that you're doing. Because your own self will expose you to your dishonesty. Well, you know your dishonesty already. But maybe you never know that your dishonesty was a hindrance to the opening of your eye or to the release from the mind. Sealer. You see what I mean? But these dishonest way how we behave is the very dishonesty that is keeping us from seeing the light that dwell within. Or to rise within thy mind then, you know, to the different levels. So you have to curtail behavior. Otherwise, if you don't curtail behavior, you will be curtailing your mind. And I'm telling you, the mind is a thing that if you don't control the mind is in control of you. You see what I mean? So it's best for you to understand the workings of the mind and what you are supposed to do and how you are supposed to live. You know, you ain't going to understand the working of the mind, like I say, if they got you trapped in any religion or any cult, performing stupid and silly rituals. You don't have to, the only ritual you have to perform for God then, as you would imagine it, are the power that runs the universe, the creative energy, any name that you want to use. The only ritual that one have to perform is to live honestly and truthfully, with a clean intention. That's you don't need to perform any ritual. Then you can go and play and enjoy life. You have like go and sing and dance and thing while living honestly and clean. Because when you live in honestly and clean, you are dancing with the rhythm of life. You are following the law, because we have a natural law within the universe that run things. You have set up a law that I say is anarchy against the law of God. Understand? Laws that have been set by those who are ignorant of the will of the one. Don't forget this ignorance has been running on the planet from we don't know when. No, I don't know when. Well, I don't care anyway. How long it's been running? You know? Because anyone who has come on the planet and transgressed against the law that I'm talking about has gone on there into the other side to reap what they sow. Because life is a continuous movement. Ain't no dying in life for no beings. So, you know, those of you who have come here and have decided to rule and conquer and through doing so abuse and all kind of thing, you must pay for those actions. Because like I'm telling you, being a lawman myself, you know, I know certain things for sure. So I know that like I repeat all the time, that memory is videoing you. So it's what you are doing are the crimes that you, even though they look vile to other human beings and they feel sick that you are doing these crimes and you're getting away with it. No one is going to punish you and all this kind. That is just to the eye. Don't you understand that life is a visible and an invisible? And the Fire Lion is telling you about the movements of the invisible. And in the movements of the invisible, you have been videoed. And in the movements of the invisible where your spirit dwell, ain't no death to that spirit. Oh yeah, to the container of the spirit, which is the body. Surely that will fade away. Like I see. But trust me, wicked. Hey, I go wish you could fade away, sir. I said, no man. You pray to God, you're going to pray to God to fade away. And you find out that no man, what God create cannot fade away, man. It have to endure forever. So if you want to endure in sufferation forever, not because any God is going to punish you, because like I tell you before, God is love. Love do not deal with punishment. Spirit choose punishment for themselves if they so desire. I wish. You see what I mean? So if you desire to rule and control and things, well, see if you can control God then and rule and conquer. See if you like to rule earth, don't you? So no, maybe you would like to rule the universe as well. Well, because you're going to live endless, you might as well start making your plans now. What you reckon? Start making your plans, not only to rule earth, yeah, but you rule the universe, because you're going to live forever. So you might say, isn't it wicked? Living forever, man. So hey, if I was a wicked man is stupid anyway. Because I wouldn't plan just to rule earth. I would set out a plan to rule the universe. I would even set out a plan to carry on when I leave out the body, knowing that I'm not going to die. But it don't look like wicked is informed very well about such matters. I think wicked is just plain ignorant. and have no idea about the consequences of behaving wickedly and deceitfully and lyingly or whatever. As far as these kind, when you're in those kind of state, there is no consequences to action. But the fire lion is telling you there's consequences to every action. There is no action without consequences. You see what I mean? And I'm telling you as a fire, seriously now, in the 12th. All religious institutions and all of you who are in clubs, spiritual club I'm about, you know. Whether you want to call yourself Rasta House, anyway, anyone, all of you who bunch up, you cowards. Because you always have to rely on some little book in it. So look a boy write some book, I say, and give it to you. Who care how long ago the boy write the book? Even if them say the book was here 10,000 years, still a boy write it. Because God don't write no book. God, Jah, Allah, Rastafari, the inner man, conscience, the truth, the light, the energy, whatever you want to call a terrible and dreadful one, has never written any book. Create the whole universe, yeah? But has never written any book. So I don't have to consult any book when I'm dealing with my master. Understand? Why would I need book when God is not a book? Books are to confuse your mind when you haven't got control of it. It's okay when you've got control of it. You see what I mean? I read a lot of books, you know. Well, I'm not doing now. I did one time though. But that was after I know myself. So I had control of my own self before as I went and see what these people was on about, or what they saying, or what they know. But you are reading book before you have control of your mind. So the book is bamboozling your mind, if you know what I mean. Because anything that is in a book have to come from out of I to get out there. Don't you understand? So from you know yourself in here, you know what is wrong and what is wrong out there. That's how I can enter the garden and don't get lost. You see what I mean? So you have to know thyself. Ain't no knowing yourself. I say, coward ain't going to know yourself anyway. Because you're afraid. You know, people are terrified in this world. And, you know, like I say, the numbers of people in group, not only does it represent some form of strength, but this provides you with a bit of safety. Hey, that's okay if you was under threat from an ex-army or something. But on the spiritual road, you're not under no threat from an ex-army. Eh? So you don't have to. It's a mental thing, innit? So you could easily quite move and shift on your own and think for yourself. Because after all, God never give you a group mind, He give you a mind of your own, innit? You know you don't like that word, God. Do anything you want, man. So the creative energy give you a mind of your own. Why would it give you a mind of your own if it never wants you to use it and think for yourself? And if you are thinking for yourself, then imagine if you was freely and independently, right, using your own will to think for yourself. How could you be in a group? Because you are going to, if you did, you're going to think things that the group don't agree with. So sooner or later you have to leave the group, because the group is going to, because the group have a boundary, they've set a boundary. I don't know what the boundary is, because I'm not in groups, innit? I don't have any boundaries, you know. I is a soul rebel. Yeah, man, when I was a youth, I was a rebel. As a rebel youth, and now that I'm an adult, I'm a soul rebel. You know what I mean? Take a chance then. Just have trust in God. Well, I don't know anyone on the planet, innit? We are all strangers to each other here. technically speaking, you know, when you think about it deeply. None of us know each other because we've never seen each other. We are all invisible. You see that? Yeah, man, we are all invisible, man. So, if you don't know anybody then, the only thing that a man could safely trust is when he gets to know God is real. God is real, man. And if you get to know God, that's the only thing you can guarantee for sure, like how you could guarantee that. So you might as well put your whole trust in the one that you know. Well, maybe you don't know that. I might as well put trust in the one that I know then. For sure. I mean, and I know that one, me could put more trust in that one than my mother and my father. Yeah, cause that one is, my mother and my father is not with me all the time, is it? But that one is with me wherever I go minutely. You know? So I can put my full trust in that. So that's what the Fire Lion has done. Fire Lion don't have trust in no books and no Bible and none of those kind of things. And no group of man. And none of the whole heap of billion of prophet. I don't know if a million, thousand of prophet that God sent. I don't follow prophets. I don't follow prophets, I don't follow book, don't follow man. Don't care which man you tell me about, the superstar like I say. I don't follow superstar, innit? I am following the one. Those men that you are telling me about, they come out of their mother just like me. And as far as I know, well, as God, did any of them fly out of the sky? I said, maybe they come down on a spaceship, I don't know. Or God make them born miraculous. Now, as far as the Fire Lion is concerned, because we don't have time for nonsense. All them things are idiotic business. Every boy and girl, you come out of your mother. So why should you come out of your mother and somebody call you Jesus or Buddha or Muhammad, and then I worship you and start going on about you? Who's you? That's a stupid business, man. Man. That hasn't got nothing to do with man who come out a woman is not God. You understand? God is an energy, a spirit that is everywhere at once. Not some little man will come out a woman and sit on a chair. Like how I'm sitting on a chair. How can you bring God down to that level? Like I say, these men who do it anyway. So you make God in your own image, innit? It's you who write book and say, oh, God created man in his own image. You are the one creating God in your image. And you must have God up in heaven. Now you think God is a man like you idiotic. I don't know what kind of stuff. These men are so idiotic, man. God is not like man, brethren. And no man who come out a woman can be God. Because every man who come out a woman or a woman who come out a woman have to be in one place at one time. When the terrible and dreadful one is everywhere at once. So which being would you want to compare to that? Have you, like I say, you're not in control of your mind and your senses. I would say greatest insult. I would say greatest insult to the energy that man. That here on this planet you have some little man worshipping man. And revering these men. How you get to be revering men? And you don't have to revere the terrible and dreadful one. God ain't looking your reverence. Reverence is, you know. All that is just madness. That's what you do to men. Because you've lost your mentality. So you're revering GI, running to shrine and all this kind of stupidness that you're doing, which has got nothing to do with the truth. Nothing at all a pretense. All a big charade. Nothing to do with it. When you behave like that, you'll stay locked in your mind, in the ignorant part of it as well. Lack till ignorance. Purity of heart can set you free, nothing else. Honesty is the best of policy. You see what I mean? So you have to fix up. Seriously. Yeah, get joke. You take God for joke, man. You people take God for joke. That's maybe why you never find out the real fire of the terrible and dreadful one. For real. You never take life. Life ain't no joke. You must think life is some farmer accident in it. Or if you did believe in God, how come you never take God seriously? Yeah? Because if you did take God seriously, I'm telling you, God would reveal the truth to you. And then you wouldn't have to be walking around now and presuming and believing in all kind of idiotic thing that doesn't go like that. No one could lead you astray. Because you would be leading your own self. When I say you're leading your own self, you know, conscience will be leading you. And conscience is a light, like I'm telling you, a light that is everywhere present at once. My master, that is. Well, I have said my master because I know that one personally. And that's why I'm confident when I'm telling, excuse me a minute. Yeah, sorry about that. That's why I'm confident when I'm telling anyone, say the fire lion himself, and the baddest general who ever step out a woman. Kill any boy with truth and rights. How can I do that? Not because I'm anything special, but that I am reflecting the light of the one that dwell within. And there ain't no being anywhere who can outlight the light. So in terms of speech in our teaching, there ain't no one anywhere on this planet or beyond who can out-teach the fire lion once he's firing from the one. Because the one is the terrible and dreadful one. You see what I mean? The one is the one who knows the truth. He is the revealer of the truth. So yeah, the fire lion is the one that knows the truth. I know the truth. Why you want me to deny that I know the truth? I never says I was the truth, you know. I says I know the truth. You too can identify this truth because it's within thy own self. But like I'm telling you, you have to live with, you have to self-discipline or exercise. Then if you don't like the word self-discipline, you have to do some push-ups and press-ups and all those things to get your mind fit. To get the mind fit, you have to stop lying. I can repeat over and over, lying and hating and selfishness and all these kind of things. You know what I mean? Those kind of things keep the mind unhealthy. You know what I mean? And keep you locked into sections of your mind, which, like I tell you need release from, because from those sections you cannot see the truth. Hence the fact you run off, like I say, joining all these little stupid organizations. Wherever you are, you in organization. If you're in China, them into some stupid organization down there. If you're in Africa, them in organization. All over the planet. If you're a black man, you are in organization. If you're a white man. But all the organization that you are into for spiritual development is idiotic. All you are following, and you're following your ancient scripture there, lighting up candle, bowing, doing what you're doing. All that is stupidity. All that is for men who are cowards, I say, who don't want to face reality, who have maybe some little weakness within them that they don't want to fix. Little cowards. But you must think that God is not observing this cowardness, because nothing go amiss in the mysteries of life. In the mysteries of life, I'm telling you, you are under the light of the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within. See everything that you do. You know, just like how you see a man walking down the street. That's exactly how you are. You can't hide nothing. And yet, because you are in the darkness, you cannot comprehend this light. Hence, you don't even know that this is going on. And you're just up there reeling up yourself and, you know, a shot to gun and send your friend go kill and murder and who you controlling the certain paper and money, you know what I mean? And then that is just for a short time, man. Soon, like I say, the mighty dead come and sweep you out, you know. Hold on and hold on and hold on, like Prince Philip and the Queen. Them finish, but them a hold on. But for how long? Can't hold on, you must go. Soon you'll be having a big state funeral or something, a big thing. But that ain't going to help them when they go to face their judgment. My 40 state funeral. All the family now come to the funeral. Irrelevant, man. And Nelson Mandela did a whole world of great man did now. When you go around and find out the greatness of what you've been doing on the planet and your true intention that was hidden from the world, coming back on the Jimmy Savile again, whose intention was hidden from the world. But you see, paradoxically now, things get revealed. So you will be revealed when you go on the other side, you know. All of you here who are keeping secrets, when you go on the other side, man, everything will be revealed. And all of you who want to fight against the fire lion, the truth of the fire lion when you hear it, when you go on, all will be revealed. It could even be a millionaire owner. Doesn't matter how big your crowd is. You know, like now, you seems to got the upper hand in it, because there's a lot of you. So when I speak, if you want, you and your gang can come and kill me or beat me up if you see me, ain't it? But you won't be able to do that when you encounter me on the next side. You will see me alone, and me alone will make you and all of your friends and all the army and we see me run. And I won't be doing you anything, because I'm not a violent man, in it. I deal with love. But love will terrify you. On the next side, you know what I mean. But on this side now, you the lot of you who are you in your clubs, but you are still my brother who are in clubs, you know. I am not condemning you. I am appealing to you to cease. You know what I mean, and get out of this club, because it is not honesty to be in clubs. Whether you want to be there praising Selassie, or you are here praising Jesus, or you are over there praising Muhammad, or you are over there praising the Buddha, or Latsitu, or anyone that you are looking up to and praying to outside of thy own self that is within, is a madness. And that means you have lost your mind. You are not in control of your mind when you are going to be put in what do you need an interceder for between you and God? Whoever tell you this, man, that was madness, man. You go direct to God. So forget about your mother and Jesus. Forget about those things. Those things are idiotic business, man. Talk to God directly. God is in you, in it. So if God is in you and you want to, the idea is to know and why you don't deal with the God that is in you? Why are you talking about Jesus and Muhammad and Selassie? And what have they got to do with it? They just come out of their mother, like I tell you, like you. Why are you appealing to them? And what make you think that they are closer to God? If God is in them and God is in you, how did they get closer to God than you? What right have they got over you to get closer to God? So that you don't think you can get as close to the... Is it the lying story that they say man born of miracle? Well, Selassie never born of a miracle then, innit? And Muhammad. So what right have they got to get closer to God? Is it the bloodline that I tell you? I don't know. Well, you forget about that, man. The fire lion is here to tell everyone, man. There's a road, a free door to God. You don't need to come through the fire lion or nobody. All that is a lie, like how they tell it was Santa who bring the present. You never ever in your entire life as human needed to go to no Jesus Christ, no Muhammad, nobody at all. All them prophet that they tell you come, I just lying story. All you need to do is to stop lying and hating and know. Just go to yourself. You have a direct link to the creative energy that created you. The creative energy that created you give you your own intelligence. Never give it to any other idiotic being to come and tell you. When I say idiotic being, he never created any either. But some beings I don't know, they choose to be con people, so they come and tell you cunning idiotic story. And maybe you fall for this, but it's all bullshit. It's a lie. Nothing goes like that. You understand? You've been confused and bamboozled to follow what is not right and correct. Your mind has been warped so much that you can no longer see oneness. And that's why you end up in all this idiotic confusion that you find yourself split up into different races, creed, all kind of different and all kind of stupid, mental. I say the world God mental, all kind of crazy really. And the more religious you are, the more you fight yourself and want to kill. Religious people look like they love blood. You love blood and argue. That's why you are in so groups so you can argue louder. See who screamed the loudest and shout the loudest. And see who can kill the most people for God in it. Hate each other the most for God. This is just too, well, this I say these things happen, you know, when you don't know the one, you know. Which people who are moving in group don't know the one. Because if you know the one, you would stop moving in groups. That's why we have to destroy all these groups. And I'm appealing to you who are in groups to run out of your groups. Because you know the group is a hypocritical business. For whatever hypocrisy you are there in the group, whether you're gaining money out of the group, that could be one of them. Sexual gratification. Groups cover a lot of that. Or just power over that. Whatever it is. But it is not genuine when you form up yourself in group for spiritual development. Come out of groups, man. And stop behaving like that. Unless you are in the only group that is of any good if you are in there promoting conscience as the leader and teacher of all. If you are in a group that is promoting conscience, because you don't want to say God. A lot of you don't like the word God, innit? Don't you understand? The one have many names. Names is irrelevant because none of these names are the one anyway. So don't bother about no God or anything. But yeah, a lot of you don't like the word God. Why you don't like the word? The word God is only signifying that there is a higher intelligence within this universe. And this higher intelligence is within thyself. And if you are not taught by this intelligence, you must be a fool. And that's why you're in groups. Because you're not relying on this one, are you? If you was relying on the one, why would you be in any group? For what? Why wouldn't you be able to speak on your own? Just like I say I know the one. Who cares if me have to tell the whole 7 billion now? No problem. That, like I say, that's a butter job. Easy. So I don't care where you want to say you're Muslim, black man, white man, China man, or Indian man, or whether you're Hindu, Buddhist, that. I is the teacher for all. You don't flex it. Because my master, you know the power, the terrible and dreadful one is in all. Don't care who you want to call yourself. I never tell you to confuse up yourself into all these different nations like I say. But when I come to it, that's how you have yourself. But nevertheless, no matter how you is, the fire lion teach it all. Because I and I master dwell it within. Terrible and dreadful one, man. See it all and know it all. And like I say, we have our... Not we. Yeah, we have our video man there, memory, making sure that no one escape the judgment. Because no one can. Ain't no one can escape the judgment, you know. So if you ever hear a fire lion speech, I would tell you, so you better fix up your ways. You know what I mean? When you hear the living hot fire throat, I'm not talking about some little shape throat. The real throat will penetrate into the souls of man and woman. You see me? Right down to the roots of your toe, boy. Yeah, man, the truth that was in the beginning, that is the one that is coming. That is the one that the 9th grade general teach about. You see what I mean? 9th grade master teach about that one. Not about the 9th grade master, but about the one that dwelling within. So it's time for you people out there, if you don't know who this one within is, to get to know this one like I'm telling you. And you do this through self-discipline, not through joining any idiotic religious organization or following anyone who want to fleece you out of money or to use you sexually. You know them kind of weird. Enough of them, that's why a lot of these organizations is just weakness. You know? It's not true knowing the truth. You know? To know the truth, you have to be a soldier. You know what it is to be a soldier? Yeah, man, that's what you have to do to know the truth. In this time, the truth is not for weak hearts. The truth, like I say, is for a warrior. You remember, like one time when I say I went up into the town of Oldham there then, and they have a motto, and it's saying in Latin though, you know. And when I find Sappadea, oh, it says, and then when I ask, well, I don't understand Latin. What does it mean? It says, "He who dares to be wise." That's what it says. About 20 years ago, them tell I that, or longer than that, man. I just say, yeah, man, I am the man who is daring to be wise, you know. Daring. You know, hesitate in the matter. So in the matter of truth and rights, I don't hesitate. You understand? From truth in a human being, whether I find them on this planet or any dimension that we find them in. You understand? Because you're dealing with the living, although you don't, because you can't see this one in it. Fire lion is talking about one that dwell in the invisible, but nevertheless within thy own being still. Terrible and dreadful one. Oh, you couldn't believe such a one is dwelling within you in it, because you must think you're too small to contain such a one. That I'm talking about. And yet this one is in all, everywhere. That is the miracle of this one. How could anyone ever understand that one? I as a fire lion cannot understand the movements of the one. I am an admirer of the movements of the terrible and dreadful one. But don't get me wrong, I could never know that one, man. That one is too magical and mysterious. You see what I mean? Beyond conception and understanding, man. But the one is real. And you can talk to the one and reason with the one, you know, on a level. Because the one is the known and the unknown. So in the known, yeah, you can know a little thing about the one. No problem that. We can all do it, like I say. I think of the one, like I say, as a computer, man. Think of the one as the internet. And think of your internet as the outernet. Yeah, that is the outernet. But nevertheless, the outernet demonstrates the internet, because when you go on the outernet, it gives you all manner of information. And then when you log on to the one now who is the internet, that is the one that will teach you all manner of wisdom, man. Yeah, you know. The one is the master of all things, man. Wisdom, everything. Trust me. If you want to understand what you need to understand while you are in this what you don't call it then, live, laugh, life, you know, dimension, whatever you want to call it. But the one is the one. And I am the teacher of that one. Not only the teacher, but the knower of that one. That's why I can tell you for 100% that you should run out of all your establishment. Because all of you who are in it, you don't know the truth. You know what I mean? You can't know the truth while you are in such establishment. I alone as a fire would destroy all of you. When I say destroy, I mean with lyrics, just the words that I'm going to speak. I'll take all of you on at once. And yet you won't have a leg to stand on. Because what you're saying is just belief. It's not what you know. What you're saying you cannot know. You've just been following what's been handed down to you. You know what I mean? If you know the truth, you would just have been speaking this truth, just firing from thy own hips, I will say. But you can't do that. You have to fire from what somebody else is saying. You know what I mean? So you're more like a follower rather than relying on your own self. You see what I mean? No man, you have to rely upon. Anyway, we've been firing a long time. So, you know, we have a visitor. So what we're going to do is fade in and fade out from the firehouse, seeing?